Demonstrations and key points while adjusting a sprint in progress. Before getting into this video, I definitely believe that you have gone through the operations as mentioned in the article. I also mentioned in the beginning of the article that if you are struggling, subscribe to the course of Practical Scrum using Microsoft Project Agile, which is hosted at mpuz.com. With that, let us see first the demonstration. As you can see, we have this timeline view, and this timeline view is with respect to only one sprint, that is sprint 1, our current sprint. So here for sprint 1, we have a number of events, that is sprint 1 planning. We have a number of daily scrums as well as sprint 1 review and sprint 1 retrospective. We have the events completed, such as sprint 1 planning is complete, a number of daily scrums are complete, and we are measuring as on the status date. The status date is 1 week into the sprint. So here also you have various work items to be delivered and they have been worked upon. For example, login to the online trading system is around 50% done. Edit an existing user, it is 20% done. Create a new user, we have 50% done. The progress is shown inside the bar with a different color coding, and that is clearly visible. Rename an existing user is a new work item, and that is why it is not showing any progress. This is a very useful view. You can create this view in a matter of seconds using your MS Project Agile software. And you can export this view to a PowerPoint presentation and share that presentation with your team members or management team. Next, I am going to remove this timeline view. So for that, I'll go to the View tab, Split View Group, and deselect the timeline checkbox. Now the timeline view is gone. We are in the current sprint board view. As you can see, in the current sprint board view, we have a number of work items across the workflow states of sprint backlog, next up, in progress, and done. Here, first key point. When you create a new work item within a sprint, do not forget to associate that work item with respect to that sprint. In our case, we have rename an existing user, and this has to be associated with sprint 1. This can be seen by going to the Gantt chart view, and here I have added the new work item and I have associated sprint 1 with respect to this work item. If you do not do that, then it won't be visible in the sprint board view. Key point 2. I'll go to the sprint tools, again the current sprint board view. While deleting a work item, be very careful. So here I have selected edit an existing user. I'm going to right click and say delete. Now when I say delete task, Microsoft Project is popping up a message and it is telling you this item has progress reported on it. Do you still want to delete it? Be very careful, because if you delete it, all the information with respect to that work item will be gone. I'm going to select no because I want to keep it. Then key point 3. You can also move the work item into another sprint that I have already told. So let us say I'm going to select this edit an existing user and I'm going to move it to the next sprint. So I'll say move to next sprint. So when I say move to next sprint, it moved to the next sprint. But is it really available in the next sprint? That you need to verify. Many people forget that. So let us go to the sprint tools, sprints tab, and I'm going to planning and sprint planning sheet. The sprint planning sheet, as we know, that it will have information with respect to all the sprints. So here I'll go to the View tab and I'm going to apply a group under Data Group, and I'm going to choose the Sprint group. As I do that, we have edit an existing user. It has come to Sprint 2. Earlier it was within Sprint 1. Now it has moved into Sprint 2. So this is a good practice that you should review whether it has moved into the next sprint. If you have a feature broken down into individual tasks and you are moving the feature along with the tasks, or you have some tasks not complete as part of the feature, when you are moving those tasks into the next sprint, that is the upcoming sprint, that also you should verify. Finally, many people forget to set the status date. Do not forget to set the status date. The status date can be seen by going to the Project tab, Properties, and Project Information. Here, as you can see, the status date has been set 1 week into the sprint. The sprint start is on 9th of September, 11th of September, and it is going till 18th of September. That is the status date. That is 1 week into it. This also can be seen under status date here. So these are the key points as you adjust a sprint. As I mentioned in the article, you can do a number of operations: addition, removal, modification, movement to another sprint, changing the percentage complete, adjusting the resources, adjusting duration, start, finish. All these things can be done. In fact, whatever you want to do within a sprint, all the operations needed will be possible with MS Project Agile software.